One of my favorite quotes of all time, I believe it's by Steve Martin, is, be so good they can't stop you. Or
can't ignore you.
Can't ignore you,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Be so good they can't ignore you. To
Yeah.
your point, like, it doesn't matter if Calendly was created by a black founder or if Spanx were created by a female founder. It doesn't matter because those are excellent products. And they found product market fit, and they found customers who will kill for that brand and kill for that product. So the color becomes colorless, to your point, because the only color that people start to see is green, you know?
Right.
So
Right.
that's where we're all in that phase right now. It's like
Right.
producing enough green that they don't see black, they don't see red, they
Yeah.
don't see whatever, you know?
Let's actually get into another topic. And I'm sure you guys hear this topic all the time. It's all about bootstrapping versus raising capital. Yeah.
I think Donovan can take the lead on this one.
Let's talk about this topic because it's almost like a juggling act with entrepreneurs when we try to figure out, should we just bootstrap this thing or should we go raise that money? So like, what are you guys' experiences with it? Like, and what's your take actually on it?
I was going to say the elephant in the room is that we're all, founders of color. So a lot of the time is what happens with founders of color, that napkin, idea, here's $3 million to go fulfill your dream and make this a reality, doesn't always happen. Sure, it could happen or does happen. I haven't met those people, but I'm not saying they don't exist. So for us, it was like, okay, no after no after no after no, because we only had an idea. It's like, this idea works. We've been in the space for 6-7 years. This is what people want. We need traction. We need this. We need that. We need something to be built. And you hear that enough, you say, let's build it. And that's where we went. So we went full bootstrap and was like, let's do this from scratch. Was hire a team. Let's work and put our money into it. And we're still bootstrapping to this very day. So, we've gotten access mode money. We've gotten a couple of, friends and family. We haven't hit like, 8 figures in, in investment at this moment. I'm not saying it's not going to happen because we're still in that, get traction phase, get traction. So once more, we're in the trenches.
Absolutely.
And I agree. You can actually balance the two. We started off bootstrapping, and then we were accepted to access mode, received that $20,000 grant. And then fortunate enough, later on in the year of last year, accepted into one of the well-known accelerators that invested into us as our first VC or institutional
Talk
capital.
your mess, bro.
and that was a great experience being a part of that, accelerator and just learning how to work with VCs, work on product market fit. And we're raising a pre-seed round right now, but if we could boot, thank you. If we just received our first committed capital towards that today, so that was pretty cool.
Congrats, congratulations.
So if y'all know anyone, please hit us up. Mili Llama.
Great.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, so even to your point, going back to you, Kris, like I always say this word that maybe, may get, not a lot of people may not necessarily agree with, but I always say I don't see color, right? But
You're one of them.
but at the end of the day, the stats don't lie. Like under 1% of black founders get funding from VCs.
And 0.35 for black women too.
Yeah, that's under 1%.
Yeah.
Under 1%.
That's how crazy it is.
Regardless if I don't see color or not, like the stats is
Somebody
the stats.
is, right?
Right. So like, and it is real. It's real out there to be not only, I guess, just an entrepreneur, but then even there's layers and levels to it too, being a black entrepreneur. So, and I guess at the end of the day, for me, I just continue to do what I know I need to do, like build that portfolio, build my entrepreneurship resume, continue to validate the product to the point that it'll get to the point where you can't say no to what's
And that's what I was going to say. One of my favorite quotes of all time, I believe it's by Steve Martin, is, be so good they can't stop you, or
can't ignore you.
Can't ignore you,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Be so good they can't ignore you. To
Yeah.
your point, like, it doesn't matter if Calendly was created by a black founder, or if Spanx were created by a female founder. It doesn't matter, because those are excellent products, and they found product market fit, and they found customers who will kill for that brand and kill for that product. So the color becomes colorless, to your point, because the only color that people start to see is green.
Right.
So
Right.
that's where we're all in that phase right now. It's like
Right.
producing enough green that they don't see black, they don't see red, they
Yeah.
don't see whatever, you know.
And and it's like, yes, these are all the things that you need to understand. Like you do need to understand, like, that startup checklist, right? Of like, what do you need to do? Have a business plan. Understand your customer personas, all these different things, do some market research, understand your business model. All those things, yes, you got to do, and then you got to validate it. But, at the same time, like, there is that other hurdle that we are up against, and it is what it is. But yeah, the more you're able to just go through that checklist of like, okay, I'm not getting funded, but like, it's like, you can say I'm not getting funded, and maybe instead of necessarily saying it's because I'm black, maybe like go through the checklist and be like, well, hey, I mean, is my business model solid? Is my, buyer's persona solid? Is there even a demand for this?
I was going to say,
product?
like, don't allow that to be a detriment or like a hold you back, because once more, the product, the value you're creating should be what matters most.
Yeah.
So if you're like, oh, well, because I'm a black founder, I can't do that, you're already setting yourself back.
Right.
You're already putting yourself in a bad spot. That shouldn't even cross your mind. Like, when I'm sitting here working on our company, I'm not a black founder.
Yeah.
I'm working on my company. That comes later, and sure, that's there, it's present, but like, that's so far out of my thought process, because I don't care. I care about making BookUm one of the top companies in our industry, and then ultimately the planet.
Love it.
No, I was gonna say I read a lot of books and all that. So I started YC, Y Combinators. He has a whole thing on fundraising, and I think it's so good. Like, you want to be the type of company that people come and seek, right? And to your point, Kris, like, be so good you can't ignore, right? So part of it is like, you have to like be that type of company that people are suiting for, because a lot of times VCs are looking, it's always a warm intro and connection with one another, that you really have to be one of those 15, 20 companies that when they go in to invest, you're one of them, right?
And it's about surviving.
Yeah, it's until then.
There was another guy from YC, even though I went through another accelerator, Techstars, since I was saying YC now.
Yeah.
Michael Seibel, I believe is his name.
Exactly.
He mentioned, just don't be a cockroach.
Yeah, be a
cockroach. Don't die. Find ways to continue to survive. Find ways to continue, speak to your customers, provide value to your customers, and keep going.
The hardest.
MailChimp has been here 24 plus years.
Bootstrapped.
Bootstrap, survive in advance.
Yep, exactly.